guys, and welcome to another legendary stream right here on Twitch. Vincent, congrats on being first. MT, welcome in. Hope you all are doing absolutely freaking amazing. Happy freaking Friday. Hope everyone had an amazing start into school, if that affects you at all. I mean, I'll have uni starting at the very beginning of October, so I'm currently not affected by it yet. But what's up, everyone? But that might not be the case for some people, especially school might have started already. So I hope everyone had an amazing school start and is enjoying the start of the weekend now and had a great week so far. Thank you. So today we are definitely gonna finish Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which will be the end of the trilogy of Tomb Raider. There was the main Tomb Raider game, 2013. We had Rise of the Tomb Raider, and we now have Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Ethan, welcome in. Don't be sorry, you're absolutely perfect for the beginning of the stream, because before we dive in, I want to give a bit of a tracker update, because Ethan, this very person, has already tested pretty much the latest version of the tracker. I apologize so much for like an incredible oversight in the template creation system. I've immediately fixed it, and I'll show you exactly what the issue was. So before we get into it, I just want to quickly give a brief update. We're not going to do any coding, nothing. I just want to give a brief update on where the tracker is currently at, because the last release is already over 2 weeks back, and some people might believe that I've not been doing anything, but I've been cranking like crazy today. And to be fair, not just today, the last like 2 weeks. I've just made like 25 shorts, and that's all I've done for YouTube. So I've been back at the template creator for the last week already. Absolutely crazy. So, to quickly show where I'm at, let's go over here. And today we're definitely going to finish Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and then we'll have, I'll probably very briefly go into No Man's Sky, and then we're going to start with a new story game, and that will be Control. I've already installed it. Everything is ready. New story game. Oh my god. It's gonna be hype. So, definitely some new stuff. And it's gonna get even more crazy because we're only 800,000 blocks away from the final nether corner. So tomorrow, if everything goes well, it's gonna get very tight, but tomorrow we should actually finally get back to the cheat inventory challenge for the most insane advancement anyone has ever accomplished. Like, undoubtedly, there's nobody that ever took over a year. I shouldn't phrase it like over a year. I should say over 6,000 hours of playtime for one single advancement. Yeah. So tomorrow's gonna be crazy. Alright, so where we're at, this is the current state of the tracker. I've basically, after today's stream, after your stream, Ethan, I've mainly been working on adding a lot of explanation to like everything. As you can see here by my to-do, I still have a lot more hover texts, a lot more, like this is a hover text, for example, a lot more of these hover items to add, but you can see I've added some details here, progress breakdown, blah blah blah. I've added a lot more clarification to everything here. This is made cleaner. A lot of hover text here, for this, for all of these items individually. I've added hover text for these items individually. Okay, this I slightly reformatted. I adjusted this, I added a hover text here. So absolutely, there's a lot more info now. And Seb, welcome in, welcome. So, no, everyone tuning into the stream right now, don't worry, we are gonna get into a game very, very soon. I just want to quickly give an update because I've been cranking since Wednesday. And the main features are here in the template creator. So, I had an issue today, but basically, yeah, it now says which version you're creating the template for. I'm just gonna make it, yeah, like, I don't know, any percent. And Ethan, I noticed you had an issue not putting any not putting percent sign in here. This is now fixed. cannot contain spaces or special characters besides the %. I fixed that. So you can put that here. The optional flag is not really needed. You create that. You have the any % now. It always makes a default language. And now, if you edit the template, you can see these are the sections you can edit. I've just realized I'll make like advancements / recipes. So recipes are gonna be within the advancements because it's the same thing. Yes, the watch streak is so important. Seb, hope your nerf's fantastic. Welcome, welcome. And I've now fixed it. When you add a new advancement, you have to always save by pressing enter, but it pre-fills the info here. It pre-fills the info because this being empty and this being empty is what triggered your errors. And you need to like save to actually access the advancement. And because it filled it in like as being empty, you could never access it. So Ethan, that was the issue. When you created a new advancement, it like created it as empty, and then you couldn't access it because you couldn't save. So you can revert the changes. It goes back to it. Yeah, that's why I told you you had to copy from a different template so that this would be filled already. This was a big mess up on my side, but it's fixed now. It's fixed now. The main thing I want to show now, this is all pretty straightforward. I'll add some more descriptions to things here. I haven't done that yet. There's more I need to add. The main feature I quickly want to show is if I go to the test template, edit the template. This is the craziest thing out of the entire template creator. And Ethan, you didn't even test it today. There's a search feature. And I was like, okay, how do I make it possible to search within every section? So, right here, you have a drop down. So let me like just click a template. In this view, you can only select template or language. So if I want to if I want to have the test 1 template, I can search within the template. So here I define what scope I search in, and then it shows up. So as test 1, if I want to search for any %, notice the search only applies here because I'm in templates. If I want to search within the languages, here, for example, I have 2 languages. So I select language, and I want to search for the German language, it searches it here. Because I selected that scope, right? If I go in here, edit template, these available scopes change. The language one isn't possible. Yeah, it would have been a little complicated to explain over the chat. But you can see now, for example, because I'm in the advancement tab, I select advancement here, and now I can search within the advancements, right? And if you toggle this, it would show the root names, otherwise it shows the display names. And since I've been searching for adventure, the search here applies, you can see it filters list by name, ID, icon path, or target value. So within any advancements, I could search for this 11, and the adventure will show up because of this 11 right here. So it's very, very detailed. You can search within like anything here. And even if you go like root, it will show balanced diet because of freaking beetroot. Right? Where is it? Mushroom stew, beetroot soup. So it shows balanced diet when I search root because one of its criteria is beetroot. And obviously you can go further. You can do the same thing for stats, custom goals, multi-stage goals, blah, blah, blah. But you can also search within the advancement details. If I search root now, it actually searches within this window because it searches within the advancement details. So you have beetroot here, beetroot soup. So this, if you go back to advancements and you search for adventuring time, right? And then you switch to advancement details, you could search for birch forest, and it will show everything birch forest. Like, this is crazy. So you have a multi-level search system that is scope defined. Holy cow! Yeah, figuring this out was insane. And obviously you can even search within stages. So either you want to search within multi-stage goals, so like 2, or you want to search within a certain stage, which is, for example, you search the multi-stage goal details and you go for CD place, and then it only shows stage 4. And it gets even crazier because you can reorganize. Notice if I just do adventure, it will now filter all the adventure tab items as well. And I can rearrange the items while the search is active, and it will put it below whatever item I've put. So like below whatever item I've clicked on. And then I can apply this, and this will still be applied to the overall template. Go test this yourself once the release is ready. This is insane. So you have the most comfortable way of organizing and searching for things that is humanly possible. And I'm planning on making this even crazier by allowing you to read a file, basically. So you can select the statistics file, and then you can choose which statistics from that file you want to import. So basically, you would go into a world, you would do some stuff, and then you could select that statistics file of the world and import it here for statistics or for like multi-stage goals, blah, blah. That way, you can even prevent manually having to define the statistics. Because that's another issue you had, Ethan, right? Not knowing how they are called. Which I get it. I've been dealing with this stuff with this stuff for ages. So for me, it's super clear how everything is called and how these files are structured. But for a user, that isn't clear. So there's still so much I want to do. It's gonna go insane. So especially playing around with this search feature, it's insane. It's insane. Yeah. I'll add a lot more info to everything. I'll make sure that the that it's more clear that advancements are also recipes. And I might even make a new option for advancements. I kind of thought about this today. Because I wouldn't want recipes to still display within the advancements section. So I'll basically add a new option like the it is hidden. In addition to the hidden option here, for advancements only, there will be an is recipe option. If you check that, it will not count towards the advancement progress, but rather count towards the percentage progress, and it will display on a separate section. It will still be within advancements here, because it's in the advancements file, but that allows you to configure the recipe separately, because I was bothered. I personally never wanted to add any recipes. Yeah, 2,500 followers is so hype. I didn't want to add any new recipes because, or like never wanted to add recipes to the tracker because they would count towards the advancement progress, which is like stupid. So crazy ideas. I actually only noted down on the phone, so I quickly need to note that down here. But you guys can see that there is still loads I'm planning on doing. Like, look at all these numbers. Look at all these freaking numbers. There's still so much to do until I, like, want to release it. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Let me quickly check what I noted down exactly. But basically, it's what I said. For me, it's like this project is only working so well because I immediately note down any ideas that I have and make sure that they work. Add is recipe option for advancements in template. Make them count towards percentage progress. Have own section. And I just need a way of making like clear. Do I have a hover text for any of the tabs? I don't think that works. Change advancement tab to be advancements and recipes. So that is more clear, but I'll be working through it. And this needs to be add to section order setting for modern versions. There's so much that this implies. Okay. Yeah, because it bothers me that because best example, armor trims. The way of detecting armor trims is only possible through recipes. And in your template, Ethan, in your Miku percent template, the armor trims are actually within multi-stage goals. Like, I can show you this real quick. We'll get into the game, guys, in a second. I just need to make sure I get the idea out of my head and fully note it down. But basically, if I go... By the way, if you change your version here and you apply the changes, it changes the template. We could go to Miku percent here. So this is your template, right? And because I've changed like to this template, if I go to create template, it now automatically switches to 121.8. So it takes this version and puts it in here. If I select the Miku percent template now, right? I go to multi-stage goal. Here you have the Miku percent routes. And, oh, right. No, for your case, I actually do the smithing with style. Never mind. But, yeah, the statistics, those are just crafting the trims, because that is in the statistics. You can check those off, obviously. By the way, this middle option, I also added this recently. This middle option makes sure... This is actually something I did on Wednesday. It makes sure that anything that is hidden on a template remains hidden. But it shows the completed. But it shows the completed. But everything that is hidden on the template. So you have 3 levels of hiding here. Which I thought was pretty useful. Now the main point is, right here, you can see get upgrade trim, for example. It is an advancement, obviously. I'll make this advancement / recipe. Let me also note that down. Make advance / recipe for the stage goals, stage type. Guy. Good. So I just need to get ideas out of my head immediately. And now the thing is that here is the recipe, right? I'll add an option for... No, I don't need to add that here. Only for advancement. Yeah. So basically, that's how I also do it on... Maybe it's... I guess it's not in your template. It's in this. Right here, you can see it. Yeah. Spire. So this is the main 1.21.8 all advancements template, right? And down here, you have get spire trim, tide trim, snout trim. But those are all defined through recipes, obviously, but as multi-stage goals. And they're multi-stage goals, but they basically only have one stage. There always has to be a final stage. But there's basically only one stage. And this really bothers me that is how you have to do it. Because I could have added these recipes to the advancements, but that would artificially boost the advancement count to be 132. Which would be so misleading. Like, we all know the version has 124 advancements. And, yeah, so that's something that bothered me, so that's something I'll update. But yeah. Obviously, you can reorder this, and it's going to give me an error because the final stage is not the last one. This is very important. So there's a lot of error handling that I've implemented. Today was a little too much for you, Ethan. I'm sorry because I actually messed something up. But there's a lot of error handling that makes sure that you basically can't do anything wrong. Well, it can't check what you put here, exactly. Well, you'll have to test the functionality of that once you play. But it can check if certain fields are empty, or if something is wrong here, whatever. Yeah, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. So that was a quick update. The main thing being, or the biggest thing being, the search feature. That you can search within parts. So it's insane. It's insane. You have to select here what you want to search. Ice bucket. And so right here, I searched ice. It actually got something in diet. which I'm not sure what it got here, but we could figure it out. We go to advancement details and then search for ice. It was melon slice. Okay. That's the ice and melon slice. Yeah, so it's absolutely crazy. Alright, that's all I wanted to show here. I'll be working a lot on more stuff. As you can see, there's still so much I need to do before the release, so things will go crazy. But that's the main reason why I've been getting so insanely far. Because I'm just like constantly making sure if I have something in my mind, note it down first. Ethan, let me send you a new version then. Let me send you a new version. If you want to test around, let me do that real quick. I'll send you a new version. Because it should be stable right now. And you'll quickly get a new version. Alright, and guys, that means we are now hopping over. Yeah, the thing is, I want to like polish so many things, and I'm forced to make the next release, the 1.0 release, as the. Oh wait, the auto updating would fail anyways. Actually, I'm not forced anymore. Because the auto update would fail twice. The auto update would fail because it wouldn't detect the new version, and it would fail because it's just 4 different zip files that you download individually. Well, 4 for the 4 different operating system types. So am I forced? I should. Okay, wait. Thank you, Ethan, for like being very awesome. I think I need to get another release and have people test. Because the thought of like full releasing and still knowing there will probably be so many bugs is like not cool. Proper resource. So I'll have another release after like here. 201. Great numbering. Release new version or zip files. I'm actually just gonna copy this from down here. But it's gonna be 0.9 whatever. Dot whatever. But then I'll have to do this. So yeah, here you can see I already have plans for worker auto detecting Prism multi-MC, because Slackow, a person that worked on a tracker for macOS, has actually given me some code for that. So super hype. So it should be relatively easy for me to figure that out. But I will get this done before. Okay. Alright. Yeah, you need to fully download the new release because yeah, the auto updating of the previous versions won't work. Okay. Yes, like our Super W. Okay, that should be good. So we will have another release because it would break anyways. You can't auto update anyways. So it actually doesn't matter, which is a good realization that I just had. Okay, let's give you the release. So this is basically how it works. This is the full release. I just basically delete all the stuff that you won't need. What is going on? Oh. This. Boom. Then I pack this into a zip. It's gonna be Advancedly. What version is this? Advancedly version 0.9.224 dash Windows. Boom. And the Windows release, I upload manually. Oh yeah, one more thing I need to show actually. Let's get vTransfer up already. One thing I need to show actually is I let GitHub create the other releases for me. And this also was massive pain that I guess I haven't shown yet. It's called GitHub Actions or GitHub Action Runners. You can see I've done 111 workflow runs, and it didn't start off that nice. Let me quickly show this. Let me show the history. This is where it started. Version 0.119, letting GitHub create executable files for Linux and Mac. All failed. Page 4. All failed. Then I had successful runs. All failed. All failed. Some successful, some failed. Okay, some successful, all failed. Oh, brother. That was pain. Successful, nothing happened. Failed, successful, failed. And then I figured it out. Mostly successful. This was one small error that I made. And then all successful again. And this basically means it creates the correct versions for Linux, for macOS Intel, and for macOS Silicon Apple. So basically, yeah, there will be 4 different versions of this, and they're completely different built. I know for a fact that they all work now because they've been tested. It's absolutely crazy. So this is now finally, finally the tracker actually supports the 4 different OS. Absolutely huge. But this GitHub creates this for me. It's pretty cool. Okay, but that was so much pain. Anyways, I am now gonna give you this file. Boom. Hopefully my stream is not gonna break. Shouldn't. They'll just get a WE transfer. But yeah. It was bound to have a lot of failed attempts. But it's okay. Okay, that I'll be working on later after the stream. We are already gonna go into Tomb Raider now. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. Oh yeah, my stream is breaking because of the upload. I'm gonna understand that. Sorry if the stream delay might have increased slightly. There you go. Enjoy. Okay. There you go. You have your template. Creator updated. And yeah, just don't give anyone else the version. Cool. Cool. So I am opening up the Shadow of the Tomb Raider, hopefully for the last freaking time. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Sorry about the yapping, but I had to give an update because I'm going crazy. Yeah, and Ethan, immediately let me know if you run into any issues. Like, it should be. It's always hard for me to say this, but it should, whenever something isn't working, especially within the template creator, it should give you an error message or like a pop-up why it isn't working. And just read through everything, and it should be clear. Like, especially read through the pop-up messages, read through what happened, what it says when you hover over buttons. Just read through as much as you can. Because if then something is still troublesome, I'd really have to fix it. Yeah, perfect. But keep in mind, I have not really added that much text within the template creator yet. There's a lot more to come, especially with immediate access to resources that kind of give a bit of a tutorial on how recipes have to look, on how advancements have to look, so you know exactly what to put in which field. So that'll be great. But there's still so much to do. And